John, what's your main response to that?
I think a tough day at the office, and look forward to preparing for next week's game against the Hawks. We've come here to win the game, and we've done that, and we're ready to go.
So the sort of game you want to scan over pretty quickly?
I think so. Yeah. Yep. It's a tough one because you're playing a team that's going to be a very, very good team in the future, but they're very young at the moment.
Was there a bit of stuff in your side you didn't like today?
There's, every game we've ever played, there's stuff that we think we can work on and get better at. So we'll certainly take stuff out of today's game, as we always do, that we need to be better at.
How hard is it to kind of maintain a really high level of intensity when you have such a high scoring first quarter?
No, that should have the scoreboard at quarter time, that has no physical impact on anyone, so it should be no difference. Yep.
What was the injury toll at this stage?
Well, Dow Zill's hurt his knee, so that's really a scan job for us. Hopeful that's not too serious, but we won't know that until we get him scanned. Kerr cork, calf, a couple of other little corks, but that's about it.
4 points apart, John. What are the other major things you think you take out of the game today?
Well, Mitch Brown, really pleased to see him come back into the team and show that he's still got the hunger and the ability to be a really good player for us. He's a big part of our club, so that was great. The way we covered some of the other players that were out today, I was pleased with the opportunity some guys got and how they went about it.
Kobe Stevens, he looked pretty sore at times, didn't he?
Just cramped up late in the game.
And what about Josh? Is he still having some trouble with that foot?
Josh Kennedy? Yeah. He still ices it, but it's not really giving him too many dramas, no.
Easy Flower got 2 possessions. What do you make of the experience so far?
Well, he's not young in age like the other kids, but he's younger than them in terms of footy experience. So I would expect that he'll look out of water, for a little bit of time to come. But for those who watched the Gold Coast and Carmichael's game last night, things can move fairly quickly for them.
Particularly in the second quarter and that last quarter, John, did your players get out of your game structure a bit? Were you disappointed in that?
Which quarters?
Second and last.
There was times we didn't play as well as we can. There's no doubt about that. But we were shuffling players around a couple of times within those quarters to cover the injuries and things like that. But it's no real excuse for not maintaining good form.
Did you have any fear or concern that may happen today with this sort of game out there?
No, I don't have really any concern that our players come to games not prepared to play for each other and understand what their roles are.
Did you feel like their cohesion was a bit off today too? Like it seemed there were times where communication wasn't there, and that last one where Darling was in the square by himself.
There was certainly, but that's the same in any game you ever play. There's always times you think we could have hit a target, or this player was open and we didn't see him. That's the same in any game.
Would you expect Rosa, Glass and Prentice to play next week?
I expect Glass will be fine. Rosa should be fine. And Rosa thought he might have been right to play this week, but he would have been still limping at training yesterday. So elected not to take that risk with him. And Prentice is a bit unknown. We'll have to see how he's moving during the week.
Can a game like that be helpful in terms of what you got up next week? It's probably your biggest test of the year next week.
Yeah, no.
To drill back into what does make the team good though?
Well, yeah, you can look at it in 1,000 different ways and make it good or average or poor or however you want. Really, what's happened today will have no influence on our attitude towards next week's game.
So what's your message to the players in terms of that, in terms of what's ahead next week?
I look forward to the challenge of playing Hawthorn.
Look, how did it feel at the you today?
Like John said, I think still plenty to work on. We did get away with a lot due to playing an inexperienced team. I think if we had have done some of the things we did today against the Hawthorn or Carlton, we probably would have been shown up a bit. But we're always learning, and something we'll have to work on this week in preparation for next week.
Would it have been better to have a more competitive game heading into a bigger clash like that next week?
Oh, it's not something you really think of. I think you just take each game as it comes and deal with the draw you've got. And we've done the work over pre-season to be ready for teams like Hawthorn. So we're really looking forward to it. And who we played this week really has no impact on what we think.
So John, was it any consequence that you were outscored in the last quarter?
No, not really. Other than there's some exciting ball movement GWS in that last quarter. They were pretty crisp.
What were your overall impressions of the Giants?
Well, not much has changed from what I think of their pathway to where they're going to be. They're going to be an awesome footy club, and it will take time. But they've got some real talent on their list. They're very young, and their challenges, as with Gold Coast, is just to keep building the list, keeping it together. They'll add to it. There'll be some minor changes as they go forward, but time is the key thing for them.
What do you think they'll take away from today's game?
I think they'll look at the way individual players performed, some of the roles they had, what they learnt from that. So yes, they're probably the key things I think they'll take out.
John, what does tell you that they're going to be an awesome footy club? Why do you say that's so strong?
Because of the talent on their list. Yeah.
John, I think we've now kicked over 20 goals in each of your first 3 games, which is a great start to the year. Are you surprised at the potency of this team at the moment?
I'm really pleased. You never know what the season's how the season pans out. You don't go in with expectations of setting targets for kicking scores. You just go out to play your style of footy, and we've managed to kick good scores against our 3 opposition so far. But we don't expect that we're going to kick 20 goals every game of the year. But that doesn't mean we're not going to win those other games as well. So it's been a solid start to the year for us, but we've got some massive tests to come.
Given that Hawthorn also have the potential to be a free-scoring side, do you think we can expect a shootout or just more tighter defensive struggle next time?
I think it'll be just a great match-up game. Yeah, it'll be an excellent game of footy. I don't know which way it's going to pan out, but it'll be two really good teams matching up really well.